Have you ever wondered how a single voice can change the world? Today, we're diving into the life of a woman who did just that. Toni Morrison, author, editor, professor, and a force of nature in American literature. Her words have touched millions, but her journey to becoming one of the most influential writers of our time is a story worth telling. Let's explore the life of Toni Morrison, a woman who redefined what it means to be a storyteller. Toni Morrison was born Chloe Anthony Wofford on February 18, 1931, in Lorain, Ohio. Her parents, George and Rama Wofford, had moved north from the South to escape racism and find better opportunities. Growing up in a working-class family, Morrison developed a love for storytelling early on. Her father often told her folktales from African-American oral tradition. These stories would later influence her unique narrative style and themes. Morrison's early life wasn't easy. Her family struggled financially during the Great Depression. But despite the hardships, her parents instilled in her a strong sense of cultural pride and the importance of education. At age 12, Morrison converted to Catholicism and took the baptismal name Anthony, which later became her nickname, Toni. In school, Morrison excelled academically. She was an avid reader, devouring works by Jane Austen and Leo Tolstoy. Her passion for literature led her to Howard University, where she majored in English. At Howard, Morrison experienced segregation firsthand, which deeply impacted her worldview. After graduating from Howard in 1953, Morrison went on to earn a master's degree from Cornell University in 1955. She then began her career as an English professor at Texas Southern University. 2 years later, she returned to Howard University to teach. In 1958, Morrison married Harold Morrison, an architect from Jamaica. They had 2 sons together, but the marriage ended in divorce in 1964. This period of her life was challenging, but it also marked the beginning of her writing career. Morrison started writing as a way to cope with loneliness and isolation. She joined a writers' group and began working on her first novel, The Bluest Eye. Published in 1970, the book didn't receive immediate acclaim but laid the foundation for her future success. In 1965, Morrison became an editor at Random House, making her the first Black woman senior editor in the company's fiction department. This position allowed her to promote the work of other Black writers and bring their stories to a wider audience. Morrison continued to write while working as an editor. Her second novel, Sula, was published in 1973 and was nominated for the National Book Award. This marked the beginning of her rise to literary stardom. In 1977, Morrison published Song of Solomon, which won the National Books Critics Circle Award. The novel brought her national attention and established her as a major American author. Morrison's most famous work, Beloved, was published in 1987. The novel, inspired by a true story of an enslaved woman who killed her child to spare her from slavery, won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. Beloved is considered a masterpiece of American literature and solidified Morrison's place in the literary canon. Throughout her career, Morrison continued to teach. She held positions at Yale University and Princeton University, where she was the Robert F. Goheen Professor in the Humanities until her retirement in 2006. Morrison's work often explored themes of identity, race, and the African American experience. She believed in the power of language to shape reality and challenge societal norms. Her writing style, characterized by its poetic language and nonlinear narratives, has influenced countless writers. In 1993, Morrison reached the pinnacle of literary achievement when she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. She was the first African-American woman to receive this honor. In her Nobel lecture, Morrison spoke about the power of language and its ability to oppress or liberate. Morrison's influence extended beyond literature. She was a vocal advocate for civil rights and frequently spoke out against racism and inequality. Her essays and nonfiction works, such as Playing in the Dark, Whiteness and the Literary Imagination, challenged readers to confront their biases. In 2012, President Barack Obama awarded Morrison the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. This recognition celebrated not only her literary achievements, but also her contributions to American culture. Morrison continued to write and publish well into her 80s. Her last novel, God Help the Child, was published in 2015 when she was 84 years old. Even in her later years, Morrison's work remained powerful and relevant. Toni Morrison passed away on August 5, 2019, at the age of 88. Her death was mourned around the world, with tributes pouring in from writers, politicians, and readers whose lives she had touched. Morrison's legacy lives on through her books, which continue to be read, studied, and celebrated. Her work has been translated into numerous languages and is taught in schools and universities worldwide. She opened doors for other writers of color and changed the landscape of American literature. Toni Morrison's life is a testament to the power of words and the importance of telling our own stories. From a childhood filled with oral traditions to becoming a Nobel laureate, she never stopped pushing boundaries and challenging perceptions. Her journey reminds us that our voices matter and that literature can be a powerful tool for change. As we reflect on Toni Morrison's life, let's ask ourselves, what stories do we need to tell? If you found this video inspiring, please like and share it with others who might appreciate Morrison's incredible journey. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about influential figures who have shaped our world. Thank you for watching, and remember, in the words of Toni Morrison, if there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it.